Welcome to the 4th Art Saturday video hop. Today I am going to make some flowers and the theme is text. So these are some cardboard cutouts I made out of a Girl Scout cookie box, just different circle templates. And I'm going to make these flowers here that require no special tools, no punches, no dies, no nothing. Just some scissors, some color, some cardboard circles, and whatever you want to embellish them with. These are painting papers I did last week. I have a video of that. And I like to do them in a kind of a single color theme, or that's what I did this time, so that I can use them for things like this. And I grabbed some pink and purple colors to work on this project. And most of them are done on dictionary page. Some of them are on a medical encyclopedia book page. But text, to me, is the perfect background for just about any art project you could work on. I love encyclopedia pages. They're thin, but they're durable. I'm sorry, encyclopedia or dictionary. I do a lot with dictionary pages. They're thin and durable. They will hold up to almost any medium you put on it. I have never had a dictionary page or an encyclopedia page fall apart on me or tear or anything. The only time I had tears was when it got stuck to my jelly plate this time around. And that little hand was my daughter. She had to bring me some scissors, so she wanted to say hi. But I sped up this part where I just traced a whole bunch of circles on those pages because I wanted to make sure I had a good enough variety with a good enough amount of texture to create these flowers with. And the paint over the text really creates a nice effect on the background of, like peeking through the paint and the embellishments that you put on them. And like I said, they're easy and they're fun, and I think that they're kind of relaxing. There's something about cutting up circles that is just relaxing to me. So I really had a good time. The templates I used, just to give you some ideas, was my coffee cup. I used a spice jar. I used a lemon juice bottle. I used a can of something. I used a spray bottle. Just whatever circles you can get your hands on. And I have templates already made up for this stuff, and I have a lot of templates actually that I trace onto paper and cut out. But I just didn't have them readily available, so I made a new set for this event. And I always keep my painting paper scraps. But I've been trying very hard lately to make videos and come up with ideas of things to do that you don't need a lot of fussy, special, fancy tools. When I first started out, a lot of the videos I saw required fancy tools, and I didn't want to buy anything until I knew for a fact that I was involved. So this is a use what you have kind of deal. Which means if you have paint, use paint. If you have inks, use inks. Use your dictionary pages, use your book pages, use whatever you have on hand. Don't buy anything fancy. Embellish it with buttons and sequins and beads and such, like you'll see me do at the end here. Don't go making any kind of special situation for yourself and buy yourself a tool that you might not ever want to use again. Unless that tool is scissors, because you will use those over and over. So that's like the one tool I can honestly say you're going to need if you want to get into any kind of paper art. But the one thing too with the dictionary pages is they're so readily available. They are everywhere. When you buy one dictionary, you get a zillion pages, right? I had one dictionary, I'm pretty sure it had like 3,500 pages. And then I bought another dictionary recently And it was so big, it came in 2 separate books. So, yeah, I'm going to have dictionary pages forever and ever. I sped this part up, but I didn't take any of it out so that we could chat about the dictionary pages and the many uses of different things, and to hopefully give you a little bit of creative inspiration on projects that you can do in the future. And I apologize if my voice comes in and out. I am suffering from some kind of chest anomaly and it is not clearing up. So that's why it's taken me so long to upload videos, because I can't really talk. And I especially couldn't talk when I was making this morning. So my voice is just horrible. But yeah, this is just a lot of fun. I have so many of those flowers in my stash, and I have used them for everything from my banner for craft fairs to embellishing pages and tags and covers of journals. Now here, I make little piles between 3 and 5 circles, and you want to be sure that you get a good combination of largest to smallest. I created 6 circle templates so that I had a good variety of circles to work with. Some of them I only used the smaller template circles, some of them I only used larger ones, and most of them are a mix of all. So give yourself, a decent amount of sizes to work with. I suggest at least 5 sizes. 5 sizes of circles. So I put all of these circles together in complementing and highly contrasting prints. And it does look kind of busy, but once you embellish them, they kind of come together. So you fold the circle in half twice to create some types of flowers, but I found that most of them it works better to fold it 3 times. So I don't come to this realization until later, because it's been a while since I made these circles, so I kind of had to bring myself back. And you'll see in a little bit I will bring one of my flowers out to see what I did, and that's when I remembered the extra fold. So you just come up with different petal ideas that you think would look good. I draw them on there. You don't have to. If you have an eye for this stuff, you don't have to draw anything on there. You can just, wing it. But I don't wing it. I draw things and then don't use the lines. I draw things and then wing it. So I need the template to not follow. Okay, I need the lines to not follow. But I go through a couple of different, patterns here, and they come out good. And once you put them all together, you can't tell what's screwed up. But for me, I feel like doing this project is almost like spending a whole bunch of time to create the perfect flower section. And when you get one that looks good, it really makes you feel good. But I really like the process of cutting out the different shaped petals. See, here I am. I look and I say, how the hell did I do these little suckers? Then I said, oh yeah, there was more folding involved. So I did this one with just petals to see how it came out. But I didn't follow my lines because I didn't want it to be that small. I drew my petals down kind of low. And then this one I kind of do the same thing, where I draw my petals and then I cut them out. And they come out okay. I don't know why. For some reason, most of what I cut out turns into ovals. And then you go through and you alter them a little bit. You'll see towards the end where I fix some of the petals, and I remember, to cut. When you create these, it's usually a good idea to cut little slits in between each bump, however you do it, each flower petal bump. And if you do it that way, then you can later on take the petals and fluff them up with your fingers if you want them to be somewhat dimensional. See, here I go. I learned. I remembered. Oh yeah, the extra fold. Yeah, let's see what this does. So, yeah. But the petal shapes and sizes are really endless. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can make, you know, triangular petals. You can make really pretty intricate petals. You can do pointed and oval and however you want to cut them out. Just remember the days where you were cutting out snowflakes from folded paper in school, and the excitement you had when they were done and you unfolded that paper and you saw the final product. That's what this is like, except they're flowers and not snowflakes, which is perfect for our springtime. Coming into the spring season, I hope, for most of us. And the process itself is very relaxing. This is one petal. Like, this is the fanciest I get. This is the fanciest I can cut a flower petal. See, look at how fancy. I'm like so proud of myself for this one. And all of those circles that I don't cut up, that's probably what I'm going to do. All of those flowers, because I just love them. But yeah, when I used to do craft fairs, these are on my banner. My Facebook page, I think, has my banner as the Facebook page banner of the Chadwick Rose. And I'm pretty sure that you can see the flowers on the banner. I really liked how they came out. And my last ones I made, I just used dyed paper. Now, here, I could have edited out this mistake. I was going to use a paintbrush, and then I said a paintbrush isn't going to do what I want. So instead, I used the end of a paintbrush, completely forgetting at this point in time that I have dotting tools that will make any thickness paint line that I could ever want, but I didn't remember it at this point. So it's not until later on that I'm like, oh yeah, I have stuff to do this. But the end of the paintbrush works out just fine. The only thing I don't like is like on intricate parts of petals like this, it was kind of thick in some places. But you'll see the flowers come out just fine, and they look just fine, and everything is just fine. I'm going to take this opportunity to remind everyone to look in my description box below to see a list of other people that are doing this hop with the same topic of text, and see some of the things they do, because it's super inspiring, and there are a lot of really talented artists that get involved in these hops, and they are every month, every fourth Saturday of the month, which is why it's called the Fourth Saturday Art Hop, or Fourth Art Saturday Hop. I'm sorry, I'm not with it, y'all. I'm not with it. So make sure you check them out, and you could also look beneath that, and you'll find all the places that you can stalk me. My Instagram, my Facebook page, and my Etsy store are listed. And I also have some Amazon affiliate links there too. There are products that I recommend, and they are only products that I am 100% sure you will love. As a matter of fact, some of these painty papers I created with watercolor that I recently bought on Amazon, and I was a little unimpressed. So I will not be including that link. I will never recommend something like that if it is not something that I absolutely stand for 100%. I don't want my name associated with a crappy product. So those petals there, you didn't see me do them, but I bordered them in ivory. And I don't really like how that came out, and I haven't fixed that one yet. So I will, I will darken, I'll do something darker, or embellish those petals a little bit better. But my first flower came out awesome. It looks like a lotus, and I just really like it. And these ones, I really like how they came out. I think they would look much better if there were more of them, not just the 3. I think this needs a multiple, kind of like my first one there with the black border. So, but I do like the shape of these petals. And just know that none of my ideas here are original. I found most of them from Pinterest, and some from YouTube. But like I said, when I first started really getting heavy into using mixed media for art, I couldn't find any kind of inspiration or videos or tutorials using just everyday average objects. So that's really something that I strive for, is to use simple things. Now I'm putting the centers on. I bought these little plastic flat back shiny thingies from Hobby Lobby a long time ago, and they will absolutely last me the rest of my life. I have more than I'll ever need. I have used so many out of them, and I still have 55 bazillion of them. So, yeah. And I had this dictionary page out. This is done with those watercolors that I just told you about that I wasn't too impressed with. And I will show you a different flower that is very easy and also relaxing to do, where you just take this paper and you smush it into a circle shape like so. And after you're done smushing it, you can staple it. I know that I've seen some people do this with glue, but mine never holds. So I just throw a staple in that bad boy. And then you can edit. You can fix up and embellish the edges of this flower any way you'd like. Now this piece of twine I have here is cheap. It's a cheap roll of twine, comes from China. So what I do is I put a dab of glue on the end to keep the end together. This is a secret my husband taught me about rope, and it has proven to help me in every single ropey situation where I need it to fit through a small hole. I am not even kidding. It has helped me with slow stitch. It has helped me with embroidery. It has helped me with stuff like this. It has helped me with beading. It has helped me with putting charms on things. If ever you know that the thread you're using is going to fit into a hole, but it just keeps screwing up on you, a dab of glue on the end of the thread will absolutely make the world of difference. So I double knot this thread here, and you are going to see that after it's all said and done, I decide I don't like the double knot, so I'm going to take a needle and pull the double, or a pin rather, and pull the double knot out. It's just too thick and too heavy, and if I wanted to use that on a journal page, it would stick out. It would just push everything right out, and you wouldn't be able to do anything on top of it. You know, so like the pages prior to this. But with the single knot, even though it does make up a little bit of bulk, it's still usable. And I'm not worried about the glue, because the glue on the bottom of the button will keep the thread in place, including the knot. Now, I am inking the edges. Why, you ask? Let's say it together. Because I have the ink to do it with, so I might as well use it. But you could use anything. So this is where I decided to get back to these painted flowers to show you that you can also use eyeliner. And this is a very cheap discount eyeliner pencil. As of right now, I only have brown and black, but I don't see why you couldn't use any color. If you had a purple you wanted to use on this with these colors, or if you had a shiny blue or whatever, I do not see why you couldn't use any color eyeliner pencil. And I use the eyeliner pencil in just about every single art application. I have a whole bunch of them. I got them on clearance from Family Dollar for 75 cents a piece. So you can get them for close to $1 a piece, and you'll be very glad that you did. But another tool to keep in your arsenal is shoe polish. You can also shoe polish around the edges of things. And it works the same way as ink. But you don't need fancy distress inks, which is one mistake that I made first starting out, is I thought you needed the distress inks to get those effects on the edges. But you do not need distress inks. You can use any ink pad with any kind of a little sponge applicator to put it on with, and it will darken your edges to whatever tint or vintage or color you want, so long as you got the right. I mean, you can't make, vintage edges with bright green ink. I'm sorry, it just ain't gonna work. But, you can do it with any ink. It doesn't have to be Tim Holtz, doesn't have to be distress ink. You don't get to spend $7 on an ink pad, which, by the way, my large Tim Holtz ink pads, I only just got those like a year or so ago. So, yeah. This one I decide to dot And I tried to get my video to zoom in, but it just did not work. Instead, it zoomed my whole video in. So yeah, I do the ivory dots, and you'll see them a little bit better at when I'm finishing this one up. The only one I don't put the dots on is that light pink one, because you couldn't see them anyway. But I did the dotting just because I had the paint, and I have the little dotting tool, which you can also buy just about anywhere, or use a dowel or the end of a paintbrush or pencil or whatever. Because the dotting is available, and it's very easy to use, and it really makes something really pop. And dotting is very relaxing. It's just one more tool to use, one more thing to add to your arsenal of minimal work, beautiful projects. I mean, if you like the hard work and you want to go all out, by all means. But sometimes I just want something simple and relaxing, and doing these types of things really works. This is a flower idea I just got, where you draw out your own little scallop, quote unquote scallop shapes. Mine are super, super wonky, and I cut them even wonkier than I drew them. And they're small, because like I've said before, for some reason, I do everything super small. Like, I got to start getting in the mindset of big and doing things large. But this is the last style flower that I'm going to be doing. There are lots of ideas out there. I have an entire board on Pinterest of just flowers that you can make out of all kinds of paper and all kinds of different ribbons and mediums and things, because I love flowers and I love to look at paper flowers, and I love to add them to things. So this is just a piece of cardboard. It's just to create a circle. So that is going to be the base that I'm going to glue my little scallops to. So you fold this twice. See, it creates a little petal. So I just put a dot of glue in between my fold, and then a dot of glue to attach it to the little circle. And then you put whatever you want for the center. Now, next time I'll probably make my circle a little bit bigger, because it is kind of, they're kind of fighting for room on there. But, whatever. It ended up working out okay. So this is the point I'm at. I'm like, man, this thing is ugly as sin. So we're going to add the little blue center of my little blue flower. I'm going to get out some blue ink, and we are going to ink those edges. And after you're done inking those edges, you're going to realize, oh, okay, you know what? I can get used to this. But ink the edges after the glue's dry, because I totally did not wait until the glue was dry, and it's all falling apart on me. So we are coming to the end of the video, and I show you all of the flowers that we did, and I hope you found something that will inspire you.